I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn!
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason, Zoe Williams, back in the building at Hot Button Radio, Dash Radio. You know how we do. Praise, applause. Yes. Listen, you need to get to your phone lines because tonight is another special treat. You guys know how I like to do in terms of topics. We constantly want to push the envelope. We try to do, shows and episodes that you cannot find anywhere else in the world. So with that said, we had her on before, right? And she made such an impact, right? That, okay, wow, they just went off on her email address. Everybody was emailing her and trying to get to her and trying to reach her and trying to find her and all of this. Okay, we bring her back again. And every single time we bring her back, somebody has a spiritual breakthrough. Like for real. Like remember Carlita? She was sitting in here, came out here to visit us from Houston, Texas, and literally melt in her seat. Like she melted in her seat. I mean, everybody here was in awe. Of course, I have my own testimonial, which is crazy, just how she's been working with my son, healing, like literally. The best way, I can't call her a psychic. I can't call her a medium. I can't call her a shaman. I don't know. The closest thing I have is a reality bender. Jeez. But she likes to call herself a spiritual millionaire. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Angela Dumas has returned to the voice of reason on Dash Radio. Oh, man, it's crazy. Welcome, Angela.
Well, welcome. Thank you. Wow. Woo.
Come on. I had to set it up right.
Yeah, very delicious, but woo, hilarious. It makes me laugh. It's very fun. So fun. Thank you so much.
So listen, the first show we did was on soul contracts. No, that was the second show. Soul contracts. How are we tied to whoever we're tied to? Do we owe some type of karmic debt? So we had to revisit this topic because so many people called into the last show that we just couldn't get to them. We just couldn't get to them. So now we said we're going to do it again. Soul Contracts with Angela Dumas, spiritual millionaire. And just joining the show right now is our OG spiritual gangster sister who will pull out the spiritual bop gun on your ass. Pop, pop goes the weasel. Goes pop. VC Veronica Conway is in the building.
Yes. Hello. You were describing me? Oh, thank you. I didn't know that. Thank you. That's
You know how
I've
Veronica
never been described that way.
down. You know how Veronica get down, right? Listen, that Soul Contract show was so powerful that, everybody was like, okay, we got to do it again. So We're opening up the phone lines right now. Get to your phone lines, 844-55-1, 844-55-1. And I don't really know how to frame it. If you're at an impasse in your life, in your relationship, in your business, with your family, if you just feel stuck some kind of way, or if you're holding on to some type of long forgotten traumatic issue that is serving as some type of anchor, keeping you held in place, and you need some insight beyond what your regular eyes can give you, Angela Dumas is available to talk to you right now, 844-55-1. As we wait for our other girls to join the show, I just want to open it up real quick and speak directly to Angela and Veronica. For those who just tuning in right now, what in the feast of Samhain is a soul contract?
Angela, are you gonna take that?
Am I the one doing that? Go ahead, you go. You're good.
Yeah,
that's good. You.
No, you.
Oh, Jesus.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Well, I think the soul contract is simply, so there are some of us that believe that, we come to this life and we have one go around on this planet and then we die and then, we go to hell or we go to heaven or whatever we believe. And that's one paradigm of the world. And there's another view of the world that it's actually becoming more and more prevalent in, I think, our collective understanding, which says that we have many, we're just souls, we are just energies, we're spirits and souls floating around the universe, and we incarnate into human space suits while we're here on this planet called the body, and we reincarnate, we come around many, many times. And so if that's true, if one believes that view of the world, then one can also understand that we have encountered other people before, other souls before, in different incarnations, in previous incarnations here on this planet. So, and we oftentimes will make vows in previous lifetimes. We make vows with people in previous lifetimes that may be affecting our ability to function as effectively as we can today. So a contract is simply an agreement between souls that may have been made in a previous lifetime, but that may be either supporting you or hindering you this go around. That's my best, simplest explanation of it. Maybe not so simple.
Interesting. Angela Dumas.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah?
I totally agree. It's right on. People do not realize what happens in the karma is that typically karma is actually unresolved spiritual issues, and there can be multiple billions of lifetimes, not even years, billions of lifetimes, where we contract with the same soul group, which may or may not depend upon your family. It's usually the group of people that you do things with, whether it's us on the show together somehow, people together in a group, let's call it a village, a continent, a tribe, anything of that nature. And we do come back over and over and over with people in ways to rectify things. The problem is we tend to get caught up in the same ways that we felt guilty about leaving our last life into this new life. And those billions of lifetimes that we did that with are usually the same thing over and over. So at some point, we've got to resolve them. Okay? So we could have multiple issues in one life culminating together so that we can now finally pop that bubble and really just move forward. That could mean rectifying relationships, moving forward, making more money, having more ease in any area of your life. So I just took it a little bit further. Veronica just said it so perfectly. I didn't need to reiterate that.
No, but my question is, why is there dis-ease, whether in the form of disease or just frustration in most people's lives? Are you saying that dis-ease or uncomfortability or just frustration is karmic? Like they inherited
usually. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of almost in the DNA. I have a feeling that at some point science will probably kind of like discover that and go, wow, look, you can kind of see this, but they're not quite there yet. But yes, it is, when there is pure love involved, karma disappears. There's no more karma if it's gone. Some people want to believe that karma could be really great, but if you really, really get down into the studies deeper and deeper and deeper, you'll find that when there is love, karma disappears. There's nothing left to resolve anymore, period.
Ooh, that's
It's a
heavy.
simplistic way of looking at it.
That's heavy.
You know, boom, bingo, bango, here we go again.
And can I speak to that also? Because one of the things that science is, understand that in the esoteric world, a lot of times science is now catching up to what has been known for a long time in the esoteric world. I mean, the only reason that the mainstream doesn't necessarily know about all the stuff in the esoteric world is because it's been hidden from us, usually by the religious powers that be, in an attempt to control us. Because if you actually understand the metaphysics of your own godly nature, then that means you can begin to create the miraculous on your own. And they don't want you doing that. They want you thinking that you got to go through some middleman to get to the miraculous, when in fact, if you understand the science of it and the metaphysics of it, you can do it yourself. That's why I hang around with wizards. But so the reason that science takes so long to catch up to these principles is because they're slow, and they're also using a third dimensional frame of reference for dealing with things that really are more multidimensional. That being said, they are slowly catching up, God bless their little hearts, and they are finding out, like they've looked at like the effects of slavery, and and they are saying and discovering that trauma does get handed down in the DNA. So they are slowly starting to realize these multiplier effects on humans that get handed down in DNA and that get handed down in the genetic code. They're just really slow at it.
Wow.
Yeah, and I believe that's purposeful, by the way, to tag, tag off of Veronica there, Ms. BC. It's purposeful because our consciousness is raising on this planet, probably throughout the universe, more and more and more. The more of us who start really allowing ourselves to be present in our true nature, which is not just this physicality, the more that we become aligned with things around us that will demonstrate in our lives, including that which is called science and other things to support our views, so to speak.
So let me frame it this way too, because something just big blew up in my brain as I'm listening, and I'm thinking, how we have this romanticized view of our partner, right? Our wife, our girlfriend, our husband, whoever we're with. We have this, oh my God, you and me against the world forever. But karmically speaking, that person may just be assigned to you for a moment or for some years. You can't see how long, you don't know how long, but they're just there to deliver some kind of message or remind you, or because if we take out the fantasy and then we recognize, that we're here to learn a lesson, or we're here to experience, or we're here to expand, would that then change the fabric of what we considered a romantic relationship?
Who would you like to speak?
Yeah, either one of you, Jesus.
Go ahead, Veronica, if you want to talk about it, because there's something I haven't mentioned yet, is that some people can also have really good lives together that are just love-filled. That means there's not karma needed to be fixed anymore. So go ahead, Veronica.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that in a 3D reality, and understand that, and the planet is raising its vibration, by the way. That's why a lot of this information is beginning to pour in, right? It's because the planet is slowly raising its vibration, and humans are raising their vibration as the planet raises its vibration. So people are becoming more aware of the things that aren't just perceived by the five senses. And so in this very, slow-moving, to me, this reality is very slow. It's very dense. People are very stupid, I have to say. They're very closed. It's very rigid. It tends to be really slow down here on this earth. I mean, from my perspective. So And so understand that the old sort of laws and the way that they've constructed everything down here for the purposes of control tend to perpetuate that like long-term, fantastic, romantic thing because the powers that be had a vested interest in having us believe that. But yes, it is absolutely true that some people are meant to come into our lives for lessons, for reasons, for seasons. That is absolutely true. And I think it's a sign of emotional adulthood when we can actually look at people not so much, when we do deficit-based relating, we're always looking at people to sort of fill our hole, right, and fill this neediness that we have, and fill our need for validation, and give us approval, and give us all this stuff.
Veronica, explain that for those who are listening, who have never heard it before. Deficit-based relating. That's big.
Right. So if you've grown up in a household where people weren't whole, and you came into this or you were abused, right, and you came into this space where a fearful place where it's the opposite of what Angela's talking about, where you learn that the whole world is unsafe and not full of love, and that people are going to hurt you, and you develop that cynicism, right, about the nature of the world, then we oftentimes don't look at other human beings as being other human beings. We look at them as like ways to get our own agendas and needs met.
So are you telling me, wait, are you telling me that it is our family life that causes the spiritual amnesia?
You could say that. I think that the family life ends up setting an imprint for this lifetime, usually between the ages of 0 and 7, right? The imprint about how you're going to function and how you're going to relate in the rest of your life. Those imprints develop in the womb or between the ages of 0 and 7, or like what Angela says, back in past lives. I've regressed people's family issues through hypnosis back into past lives, right? Some of it does come down intergenerationally or through a past life experience. Those imprints can happen in all of those different arenas.
Listen, if you want some energy work done on you this evening, we got the folk ready to do it. 844-55-1 is the number to dial. This evening, 844-55-1 is the number to dial. Angela Dumas, spiritual millionaire in the building with Veronica Conway, transformational life coach extraordinaire. Listen, it's about to be crazy. We've got our callers coming in. They're coming in right now. We've got Jermaine from Kansas City. Tell us what the barbecue's like, homeboy. Jermaine in the building. What's happening? Jermaine, line 4. He got scared. I built him up. Jermaine.
Where's the Saint? Saint Germain.
Saint Germain. Is he there? Okay. He say he's there. You just heard him? You heard him, but I didn't. Let's get him. Is he muted or is he gone? Where is he? No, he's there? Oh, it's his phone then. It's not us. All right. That's all right. We'll get him back. We'll get him back. Jermaine, call me back. Just call me back, Jermaine. It's all right. We're going to be here for the next 2 hours. And guess what? We don't have a lot of folk in here today. I kind of like it. It's a little quiet. Right? If Red Panda was here, she would be like, well, what about my life? And I'm in trouble. I don't want to hear the callers. What about me? Whitney would be saying the same thing. So the What About Me train has pulled into the station, which is fine today. As a matter of fact, Jermaine is calling right back. I see him calling. But I want to ask one more question while our engineer is getting him back on. My whole question is, the way they've built life for us to kind of interface with each other, it seems like the symbol, the conditioning, all of that stuff takes precedent over the spiritual maturation. And I'm wondering, why would the leaders of the world try to keep people from reaching their full potential? Angela?
Okay, so You're asking me a tricky question. Okay. What if I were to switch that question completely around to say that each of us here are the projector of everything we experience and see in life? Is that like taking it too far?
Not to me. Keep going.
Good. Because whatever we do see, if we were to say, wow, what if I'm responsible for what I see and experience? How do you think that would put you, what kind of position would that really put you in? If you could see something a certain way, good, bad, or ugly, or beautiful, or indifferent, that also takes it and flips it to put it into your court as the one who can change it, right? And I'm not just talking on like a little basis. I'm talking like sweeping perspective here. So again, some people don't like to hear that until they really understand what that means. So I like to put everything in my court, like, okay, if my husband is doing X, Y, Z, then I must be doing something like that somehow that I don't want to deal with. So when we see leaders that are holding us back, if you ask yourself, how am I holding myself back? Now you're really kind of moving inward and starting to take charge of your life, not from a fear place, but from a place of ultimate power. And true power means very loving. So did I just say some weird stuff there?
No. But you know how hard it is for most people to just say, it's how I see it. Doesn't necessarily mean that's how it is. It's how I see it. Right? Now, I was on a comedy show last night, and I was talking to one of my co-hosts, and everything is gay. Everything is gay. I said, you got on gay glasses. You have gay lenses.
Right.
You see gay people. You see?
Exactly true.
So I think it is the perspective, and that goes back to one of my favorite philosophers, Robert Anton Wilson, who wrote the book called Prometheus Rising. And in that book, the first chapter is, whatever the thinker thinks, the prover will prove. Whatever you focus on will manifest. It's crazy. Call in right now, 844-55-1, 844-55-1. The phone lines are jumping. We have Jermaine back on from Kansas City. Let's get Jermaine in. Jermaine, you're on the line. Talk to me, man.
What's going on?
What's up, brother?
Not much. I just appreciate the show. I just want to know, why is this being pushed upon this way of thinking, this whole lifestyle is being pushed up upon the masses like this. And I don't understand. I'm just reaching out.
So, what lifestyle being pushed? Talk to me.
They passed a law for the homosexual life.
Oh, I see. Ladies, can you hear what he's asking?
No. Yeah, I can't.
Okay.
Go ahead, Veronica, because I can't hear a thing.
Well, we'll reiterate it for you really quickly.
So is the question, why is the homosexual lifestyle and agenda being pushed on the masses? Is that the question?
Yes.
Yes, that's the question.
I have my thoughts about that. Mine are far more political than probably Angela's are. So, Angela, why don't you answer that? Mine are political. My viewpoint is political, but yours is probably of a higher
vibration,
a less three-dimensional vibration. Yeah.
Well, the way I see it is that I'm not sure anyone's pushing I'm not sure anyone's really massively pushing homosexual or gay anything on anyone. Again, if you're seeing that, you have to ask yourself, are you upset with it? Do you not like it? Because I'm honest to God, in my life, I'm not being pushed to see anything. I get to choose what I experience through witnessing. So one of the things that I can speak to, and Veronica can fill in from her angle, is that if someone is homosexual in any lifetime, guess what? We've all been everything. So we've all been that before somewhere along the line. Even if you don't believe in it, just imagine if that were possible. So sometimes people have carryovers in that they were, let's say, judgmental towards someone or harmed someone, and they carry that guilt over in this lifetime. That's one way of looking at it. It's not the only thing. So I'm just going to mention that for now, and let's see what Veronica says too. That's not the only thing. That's just a little blink right there.
Okay. Veronica, respond, and then Jermaine, I want to hear your point too.
I think that the agenda has been escalated in recent years. I think that if you look in nature, I think that you'll find that 10% of the population, and not just the human population, you can look at a lot of different subspecies of animals, and you can find sort of that configuration of the X and Y chromosome, and so you get homosexuality. Roughly 10% has been sort of the historical trend. In my observation, there has been a politicizing of the homosexual agenda, and I'm going to say an escalation, and I'm going to say not just because people feel more free being out of the closet. I feel like there's actually more people that are in that lifestyle. I think we've talked about this on previous shows. I think part of it has to do with the food supply. They are proving that 35% of the corn is in everything. The pesticide that they're using for it turns the male frog female. So if you've got that covering 35% of the food supply, or 35% of all corn, and corn is a major part of, I think it's going in the food supply. I think it's going in the food supply. And I think that's why you're seeing such an explosion of especially male homosexuality. That's just my theory. It's kind of political. Yeah. So it's, yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Jermaine, you want to respond before we let you go, brother?
Yeah, I would rather say it's not. I don't know if it's in the food or not. I'm not going to X that out, but I see in our culture where it's just like the examples being provided. If you flick on the TV, and I don't try to watch much TV myself, but when I see the images of the brothers wearing dresses and pants is just unbelievable, and shirts, and just flipping off the deep end like this, it just makes me wonder, like, are they being used as the focal point to convert other young men, young black men?
Yes.
I
agree with that.
Can I say something? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Angela.
Okay. I think that there.
I
think that there isn't a feminization. I think that there isn't a feminization of the black male, and there's tons of black men being made to put on dresses. Every major black male comedian, right, has basically worn a dress at some point, or not really continued to maintain his career. So, is there something to the idea that to masculinize the black female and to effeminize the black male really stops us from coming together in holistic ways to really fight this beast, right? Because I would say that the black male is the alpha male on the planet. He really is. So if you can take him and put most of them in prison and put the rest of them in dresses, then it creates quite a conundrum for the black community in terms of the damn revolution. So that's my political thing, and I'll just leave it there.
Listen, hey, Jermaine, great questions, man. We appreciate you. Jermaine, listen to me, brother. We appreciate you, but we got to run. We got to go. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get to more callers, man. Thank you for taking the time to reach out. You brought Kansas City into the building. If you want to bring your city into the building, get to your phone lines right now at 844-55-1. When we come back, we're going to deal with somebody out of Texas. There are other people on the phone line that want to participate. Hey, if you're having an issue, you need to get cleared. You need a clearing. We've got the right people to do it. They're on the phone right now. Angela Dumas, spiritual millionaire. Veronica Conway, transformational life coach extraordinaire. We'll be back in 2.2 Hot Button Radio, voice of reason. Zoe Williams, I'm out. we're doing something that is rarely done by us. And that's a part 2. And I think it's important that we do it because the response was overwhelming. People were like, yo, I want to talk. I had questions to ask. I wish I knew this guy's number who called me. Or he didn't call me. He Facebooked me. And he was talking about how his son recently passed. And how he was on the line, on the phone, the last time we did the show, but couldn't get through. And it was his young son, and the kid didn't live very long, and he wanted to understand the purpose for that. Right? And he was like, man, if you ever do that show again. And of course, I don't know him personally, but this is the reason why I do these types of shows, because I feel like the platform has to serve the people who listen. So get to your phone lines, 844-55-1. If you're dealing with something, you need to talk to somebody that has, I don't even want to say fingers in other dimensions. I want to say tentacles, has the reach to connect you to a deeper understanding and meaning, right? You need to call in right now at 844-55-1. I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. This is Hot Button Radio. We're at Dash Radio. Dash is an app. You got to download the app if you want to get to Hot Button. And if you want to get to me, I'm here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Before we get back to the callers, which are online, to talk to spiritual millionaire Angela Dumas and transformational coach extraordinaire Veronica Conway, a.k.a. VC or Vajonica. Yeah. If you want to speak and get it cleared out, now's the time. Don't be afraid. I know a lot of people listen to the show and are afraid to call in. Don't be afraid. You can't be scared. We got somebody on the line right now from Texas. I think her name is Anya. I'm up on you, Anya. It's your turn to chime. Talk to us.
Oh, okay. Hey, Zoe. I love the show. I also watch the 5150 show, so I love you on both.
Thank you.
And it's Anya.
Anya. Nice to meet you, young lady.
Thank you. Okay, so I guess I just jump right in. I have, I don't know, I can go do the research myself on either one of you sites, but I really want to know about soul purpose, what's my soul purpose, and I feel like there is something blocking, and I really just want to, I can go look it up myself. I just want to, see if there's, a blueprint out there and stuff. And then for Veronica, I've been on your site before, and I just don't know which one to do, because I watch the Zoe show all the time, so I know about you, but I just don't know. And I've also signed on to your newsletter, but I just don't know where to start.
Let's start with Angela. Angela, feel into.
Okay. All right, this is Anya.
Yes.
Anya? Am I saying it right? I just couldn't quite hear it.
Yes,
that's my.
You said her name perfectly. Anya.
Perfect. Great. Okay. Yes. So you said that you feel like you're stuck. Is that what you feel? Like you're stuck in your purpose and finding your real soul purpose?
Yes, I do.
Your direction?
Because I express it all the time, stuff, but I just can't wrap it together and just know how to just do it. I don't know. And that's what everyone always says. You always have great ideas and this, and that. But I just don't know I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that you call it. I don't know what to go to school for. I can go to school because my dad's giving, it's going to help me with that. So, there's no problem with me going to the school. It's just I don't know what I'm going for. I wanted everything to tie in to what I'm supposed to do, but then it always comes back down to what am I supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I can't tell anyone what they're supposed to do or want to do, but what you can do is, if you're leaning in a particular direction, you got to really learn to listen to that inner voice. And that sometimes takes a little bit of a skill, because when we get confused and we're not listening, we become kind of indecisive or feel overwhelmed, right? So what happens is we're like, which way should I go? But if you really stop for a minute, and this is something everyone could practice, everyone could have better decision skills if they listen to the voice that is actually the voice of reason, of truth, right? Kind of cute there, Mr. Voice of Reason. But we all have that inside of us, and it goes beyond reason often. It's something that might say, this is the right thing. So how old are you, Anya?
22.
Oh,
22.
she's just a baby.
It's really common to be 22 and not be exactly sure. Now, what you may not know is the work that I do, which is actually called Miracle Mind Mastery, is this particular way. You can actually learn how to do what I do. The younger someone is, the better, because you have access when you're younger in a slightly different way. And then every age really has its perks. But the younger, the sooner, the better. And that's what's happening in this world. Like, movement, is the momentum is kicking in. Is it really the universe before humans, or is it humans before the universe? I think it's humans creating it. So as we're accelerating in this, we're getting younger and younger people that are moving in a direction that says, boy, I really want to do something that feeds my life's soul, my life's purpose. So, Anya, are you interested in metaphysics or energy or things like that? Or are you more interested in mathematics?
I mean, when I first called in, I was so nervous, and after hearing you talking, and I'm just like,
Good stuff.
Okay, so you feel like that's a direction. So one of the best things you could do is find a way to start practicing something, either yoga or meditation. There's certain things you can do to start honing the skill of getting quiet so that you can hear your truth. What if I were to say to you, you already, and this is true for everyone, already have every single answer at your fingertips right now, but you just don't know how to hear it. How does that sound to you? Does that sound like it's impossible, or is that possible?
I'm writing all of this down. It's very possible.
So if you can stay in the experience with me, that'll probably help you even more, because I'm trying to actually get to something. So you actually feel quite open, but in some ways for you, you're so open that you're easily pulled in one direction and not sure which is your direction. Does that sound correct, or is that not true?
No, that's very true. I mean, because I stumbled upon the 5150 show and the Zoe What Morning Show, and combining both of them together is just like really just, it's just woo, like woo.
That's very sweet. And just notice that when you knew it, you knew it. So everyone, just for a second, everyone listening, everyone here, just take note for a minute, including you, Anya. Think about just even a quick, when you just recap your life, however old you are, I bet you there were a few decisions, at least one or two that you made that were either yes or no, but forever changed the direction of your life. Everyone got that?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
good.
I'm married. Actually, I had my daughter when I was 16, but
But you still made a big choice, right? So let's imagine that choice was something that you did not waver on. When you made the decision, maybe it was a number of decisions into it, but when you made the decision, boom, it was like you knew it. You were full in, 100%. Yeah. Imagine if that was how you made all your decisions. It came from a place of such deep knowing that you always really landed in that perfect sweet spot. How would that be? How would that be for you, Anya?
Make life much easier.
It does. And guess what? That is your true nature. That's who you are. But you have to cultivate it a little bit. And some people come in with this as an art, but it is a cultivatable, like unfoldment and evolution and a progression usually in someone's life. But if you can learn that younger in, wow, your life will just that path will just open up before you, and you just step on your easy glider, and you just stream and float right through your life. That's really what this is about. And we can do it at any age. But why not start younger if you can, right?
Wow. You girl, thank you for calling. We appreciate that, Anya.
Thank you. Oh, and Veronica, just real quick, I still want to, go ahead and follow up with one of the programs that you have on your website.
Black Mastery?
That I just took from, I'm sorry, what was your name again? I didn't want to say it wrong.
Angela.
Yes. Angela. With everything I just took in from Angela, which is everything was right on point, which one of your seminars or things that you think would fit best for me?
Look at that.
Yeah, well, Black Mastery is a great place to start because there actually is a visualization there about discovering your purpose. It takes you into, in other words, Black Mastery is hypnosis, right? And it takes you into visualization because, and it kind of piggybacks on what Angela says. It's like most of us don't make correct decisions, and we end up in compromised positions because we end up in struggle because we're not actually listening deeply to our intuition. And so hypnosis is by definition taking you more into intuition, right? Because it's shutting down the noise. It's taking you down into deep states of relaxation where you can actually hear your truth. There is a visualization, it's just a quick one, in the Black Mastery program that takes you in to discover your purpose. And it begins to have you listen to the clues to your purpose. So that might be a great place for you to start, blackmastery.com.
Okay, and the name of that one more time?
It's blackmastery.com.
Blackmastery.com. Okay, yeah, I have that one. I wrote that down before.
All right.
Well, okay. Well, thank y'all so much. And so I'll be getting the hard copy of your book instead of the download because I like to flip the pages. But
I feel you.
Y'all.
Thank you so much. That was dope. Hey, listen, if you're having some issues, call in. I was listening and I have questions. Every time they just be talking, I just be like, oh God, this, that. I just spin everything. So in my mind, my head is just spinning. One question came to mind. Do men have intuition? Do men use their intuition? Can we talk about male intuition? Do we use it enough? Do we push it away? I mean, how does it function? How does intuition function through masculinity? 844-55-1. Are there male intuitives out there? Can we talk about it?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, so there's two things. I mean, I think we all have access to intuition. It just depends on how much we're willing to listen and cultivate it. I would say that there's also, and we often attribute intuition to being feminine, but all men have a sense of like when danger is going to come and when love is present. I mean, when a woman is acting crazy, I mean, men have they can feel vibes, right? We typically assign it to women. I think that the most enlightened men have cultivated the inner woman inside of them.
And
what the Chama teaches is the intuitive feminine side of a human being should be the one that makes the decisions, and the masculine side is there to execute the decision, right? So really evolved men use their feminine intuitive side, the one that is receptive, the one that is listening, the one that is an availability to God, to the communication from the universe. That's the one that you use to make decisions because it's actually connecting to something bigger than yourself to make decisions with, and then you execute with the masculine side. When men get it jammed up, they decide, or people get it jammed up, they decide with the masculine, which is all wrong. It's just too linear. And they try to execute with the feminine. When women try to execute with the feminine part of themselves, they become exhausted.
Wow. I'd love to hear from some brothers who are intuitive. Now, Veronica said something that a lot of traditional-minded men will find it impossible to swallow. They're not gonna take that down easy, and that is cultivate your inner feminine. 844-55-1. I want to hear from brothers who have cultivated their inner feminine and are not wearing makeup.
Right. Hey, this is Angela. I'm going to speak to that for a second.
Go ahead, Angela.
So here's the deal. Right. There are some very straight men who actually like wearing makeup. They just enjoy it. That doesn't. Just so you know, in Egypt, the most powerful men wore makeup. It's just not the cool thing now. So maybe part of their lifetime past history is kind of coming in now, and they're like, I am totally masculine. But that's not really what I want to say too much. I just want to just bring that little point to the table here. Oh my God, I lost my train of thought. Holy crap. Get me back on track, though. What did you just say? Veronica said something. The masculine. We all are masculine and feminine. It's just when a female is in her full femininity, I was a tomboy. I love dresses. I can't help it. Does that make me gay? Hell no. I just love dresses and I love men. I can't help it. But I also am a tomboy. I mean, I could outrun every guy I knew until I was like about 19. And I had every track record in my school. Not kidding. So the thing is, men also have a feminine side. You've heard of yin and yang.
Right.
The true yin-yang symbol is called the Tai Chi Chuan. The Tai Chi Chuan, if you'll notice, has like a teardrop-looking thing on one side, like a drop that's curved, that's black and white. If you see a real one, you'll see the black one has like a little white eye in it, and you'll see that the white one has a little black eye in it. And the best way to describe this is if we look at noon, the day is noon, sun is high noon straight up. The second the time goes past high noon, we have a little tiny bit of yin coming in the yang. Full yang is male. Full yang is sunshine and brightness. Full feminine is moon. It is midnight. The second it begins to pass midnight, we get a little daylight coming. Second it begins to pass high noon, we have a little bit of night. So guess what? We all got a little bit of this. The same way people heal. They heal a little bit and then they go back a little bit. It's because it's starting to come. The balance is starting to come. So this is not about unbalance. If you are only trying to be male, that's it, without this other stuff, you're missing it. You're missing out on your life, on your connections. You are basically effing yourself over. It's not just the male stance or the feminine posture. There is a beautiful kind of like folding in of both things that help you be that perfection.
So let me do this because some developments are happening. We've got more callers on the line, and we also have an addition to the conversation. She's a tad bit late, but she's here.
I'm so pissed.
Ashanti Ford.
I'm so pissed that I'm late.
AKA Red Panda has joined the conversation.
Hi, Angela.
Hi, Ashanti.
Yeah, so, and Veronica's on the line too. You say,
hey, VC.
Hey, VC.
Hey.
And the phone lines are still jumping around. So let's go to Brian from Chicago, line 4. Speak on it, B.
Hey, how you doing? So, I definitely can understand what Veronica was talking about when you have to understand who you are in regards to femininity. I was raised by my mother. You know, my father was killed by a police officer 4 months before I was born. My entire life, people have told me, he was a Black Panther, people have told me that I act exactly like my father. But with that being said, I do understand the concept of getting in contact with your feminine side, because there are certain things that I can be an extremely aggressive person, but watching the things that my mother did, I was able to scale back my personality and be more nurturing to a person who was less aggressive than I was. So I can definitely understand where she's coming from in regards to that. It allowed me.
That's so powerful.
At one point in my life, I was an extremely short young man, and I had a Napoleon complex, and I was able to deal with it because I watched my mom and how she didn't just bulldoze everything, and I was able to become a better person because of that. So I could definitely understand where she's coming from.
Wow, that was
and
big.
I just want to let you know I really appreciate the show, and thank you for accepting my call.
Thank you, brother. Thank
Can I
you.
speak to that?
Yes.
My dad is a Black Panther. He was a Black Panther, and he's been in prison for 40 years. And he's been in prison for 40 years because he fought for his people. And what I will say about him, he's got friends from all over the world. I get invitations to feasts because he knows the king of Tonga, the island of Tonga, and like they're gonna have a Tongan feast locally, and then it's like come and eat a huge amount of food because he's cultivated, even though he's very masculine, he's very alpha, he's cultivated his feminine his instinct inside of the prison walls, and he has friends and he has supporters, and he's probably got a better website than I do. It's veranza.org, and even in prison he has cultivated that intuitive space, and it has saved his life on many an occasion as a Black Panther, as an enemy of the state behind bars. So if he can do it, anybody can do it.
And you know what's crazy? I just saw a text from our caller from Texas, Anya, and she tagged me on Twitter. It's not a text, it's a tweet. She says, just called into the show, and no lie, everything is clearer right now. Everything is clearer. Get to your phone lines, 844-55-1. We have other callers on the line. Let's get Ashanti's take on it.
Well, I'm new to the conversation. You got to warm me up. What's really going on?
I was going to ask you a question, but now I'm not.
See?
Jesus.
Don't do me. No, it's because you're just, I hate when people talk slow. That's all.
You hate when people talk slow?
Yeah.
You want me to talk faster?
Yeah.
I will not. Jesus.
I will not.
I will not. But this is the Soul Contract Show part 2, right? And we're just talking about these connectivities and these connections with all of these different beings. And we came here with these people, and there's a divine soul plan, and what is mine, and how come I don't remember it, and how come I only get bits and pieces of it when I'm in relationship with people. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We want to know why.
Well, I read this book called The Purpose-Driven Life once. Have you read that book? Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. I read it about 3 years ago, and that was probably the closest that I came to almost figuring out my purpose. But seeing how my resume has a ton of different shit on it, apparently I haven't really found my purpose yet.
Well, why don't you ask Angela?
Angela, do you think you would know? Because I'm all over the place. It's like I'm good at almost everything I do, but I need to just apparently choose one thing.
Okay, so what if in this very moment your purpose is exactly to be where you are? What if that's the purpose for this moment right now? How does that feel? Just check in.
You mean like as in here at Dash? Or just as in here with everything
just where
else?
you are in yourself. Yeah, just right now, wherever you are, whether it's at Dash or in this moment, wherever you are. What if that purpose is exactly being met? Because what we tend to do is run away from the moment in search of something, when if we just sat back for a second and appreciated it, really, not like, I'm going to appreciate this, but really, truly sat and just were just like this amazing, like, what if you were the queen of all the land right now in your realm? Imagine sitting, everyone can do this right now. Sit in your perfect seat where you can see the forest, not the leaves, not the bark. You see the forest. It's your realm. Just sit into that sense right now of sitting with nothing bothering you, nothing in the way, nothing blocking your view. So what if you're all over the place, that you're good at all this stuff? What if in this moment you could practice being on purpose right now? What do you feel right now? What's your experience right now, Ashanti?
I feel comfortable.
Yeah. So what if you could feel more comfortable? Do you think you might find your way more easily or more difficultly?
Well, I think it would make it more difficult only because everyone else is telling me I have to choose one thing.
Wait. I said the Queen. I didn't say listening to the Squires. No. That's not what I said.
I make the mistake of listening to a lot of Squires.
I didn't say that.
Angela.
I didn't say listen to the Stable Boys. No. Or the Pantry Girls. I'm asking you to literally sit in yourself. What does the freaking Queen know if she's quiet and the next step is done with ease? Is that harder or easier?
Easier.
Yeah. So whatever anyone says, that's part of your creating conundrum. Stop listening as though you're getting your advice from people. You can hear them, but listen with the witnessing ears.
The observer.
Okay? Absolutely. The peaceful observer is the observer watches, looks, listens. That's interesting, fascinating. And then you just sit into yourself. And the next thing you know is like, what do I think about it? That's what we really help people to do is what is your direction? You're not going to get your direction by other people. They're just reflections of the things that you're confused of them yourself in a lot of ways. They're also, some of them could be pointers. However, if you're getting confused or overwhelmed because you're so good at so much, all you got to do is really sit back into yourself. Now you're sitting in your soul seat, the seat of your soul. When that happens, that quiet comes, and it will lead you and point you clearly. And then you will hear whispers and people telling you, oh, that's a great direction. I love that. Then you'll hear that instead of the other one.
Wow.
Okay?
That's good
stuff. You have to get clear on how you're listening.
So listen, we got to, Veronica, we have to take a quick break. But we'll come right back and we'll deal with it. And Hecka's going to join us in the 6 o'clock hour. Hey, this is great.
I feel like I'm telling too many motherfuckers my business. Not you guys, but I just feel like I'm including too many other people in on my business, and it's allowing them to have opinions that I'm not really asking.
Okay, so you want to take us to break?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That just came out.
Yeah, it just kind of just...
You didn't buy any food today, so there's no deal.
Oh, my God. Anyway, the greedy panda has arrived, and as is commonplace... we're about to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll deal with the rest of this. The phone calls are still banging. 844-55-1. That's the number to dial. You want to participate, get your life cleared up. We've got the right people in the building to do it. We've got spiritual sanitation services in the building right now. If you want to get cleaned up, we will deal with it today. 844-55-1. I'll be back at 2.2. Hey, this is Zoe Williams, and you're listening to the Voice of Reason on Hot Button Radio. Man, crazy. This topic, man. It's just crazy, man. Soul contracts. Maybe that's the whole reason we're here, and all this societal crap is just like the illusion we have to live in while we're figuring out what debts we owe. Somebody just hit me on Twitter and said, could some people be born out of a karma contract? Yikes. What did you do to get a baby here? Oh, God. Jeez. What did you do the last time? I don't know. What'd you say, Veronica? Go ahead. Speak on it, VC. Veronica? Veronica, are you there?
I started to say something. I'm here. I think that was Angela that said that.
Oh, that was Angela who said that? Or...
Yeah. I was going to say that I was old Mother Hubbard that had 59,000 children because I choose to have none this time because that's where my baby is. None.
Wow.
I'm kind of joking, but I've often thought, I definitely did not want children this time around. It's not because I don't love kids. It's just the way it is.
Wow.
I did want to speak to something, though. You said that you rarely do a part two, if ever a part two. If you'll notice,
there's a very different flavor to this one, even though I would love to get to working with some people directly and start getting some clearing going on.
Yeah.
So just know that. Notice how, even though we called it part 2, it's taken on its own kind of river flow effect.
It
right?
really is. It really is. And the phone lines are bananas right now. As a matter of fact, bananas. As a matter of fact, let's just welcome our girl in here too. Hecka Activated has just joined the fray. How are you, Hecka?
I'm great. How are you guys?
You know, we just up in here cutting up. We have a special song dedication for Hecka. The theme song to the Incredible Hulk. Hulka Activated. We love her.
So soothing.
It's so soothing, Hecka. She can be so fiery at times. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. We love Hecka. Hecka, welcome to the show, baby girl.
Thanks for having me.
Listen, it's some powerful stuff going on here spiritually. I keep telling people the only reason why we're here is to relate, right? That's the only reason why we're here is to relate. Everything is biofeedback. Everything. And all the biofeedback you're getting, in my opinion, are your lessons, like what you need to learn about you. We tend to be like, oh, no, that's on you. I'm blaming you. You brought this madness to me, you. But it's really you, or you wouldn't be getting it. Right? Oh, I forgot. She's wild. Yeah. You know what to do, Dean.
I didn't even say anything.
Yeah,
yet.
but you snored. Exactly. It's a crazy world out here, man. So let me just bring in some more callers, and I want you ladies to deal with them. I'm going to get out of your way, and I'm going to let you guys deal with them. Hustle, Miami, line 5. You're in the building.
Hey, Hustle.
Hustle? He probably on it. Hustle, where are you? Hustle? Okay, get rid of him.
Hustling.
We got to keep moving. Line 6, Cleveland, Rico. You're on the line. Holler at us, Rico. You got him? Okay, you got him back. Good. Hustle. Speak on it.
Yo, what's good? So, what's up, ladies?
What's happening with you, man?
Hi, Hustle.
Cool.
All right, well, talk to us, Hustle. He said, cool, how you doing? Everything all right? And then that's it. Hustle.
We want to hear your voice there, Hustle.
You there, brother?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yo, you got me?
We got you.
What's up, Hustle?
All right, so check me out, man. All right, I think we need to distinguish the difference between femininity and homosexual.
Uh-oh.
Because
here we go.
Angela says something, you know what I mean? And I think that society's kind of tying them two together, and I think it's a disservice to femininity.
That's
true.
That's true.
And
that's a great point.
And the second thing I want to say is, Panda came and said something about her resume's too full and looking at a purpose. If you attach your career to your purpose, that means you're attaching your money to your purpose, and I think you're selling yourself short.
That's a good point.
Wise man.
Yeah, I've never looked at it from that way.
So that's just what I wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? Much love to y'all.
But no, wait. Before you
don't want to
leave,
ask Angela anything?
Oh yeah. Before you leave, no. I need to. We need. That's a serious conversation because a lot of men get tripped up over the terminology, and that's a serious conversation. We really need to.
Great.
So before I let you go, you give us your distinguishing points between homosexuality and the feminine principle that exists within both genders. Go deeper.
All right. So, well, I look at homosexuality as a sexual preference. You know, at the end of the day, that's what's that about. And when you look at femininity, it's more of the nurturing side. It's the grace of it all. You know what I mean? It's that soft underlying tone of energy that kind of smooths out the edges of a situation. You know what I mean? So when you're thinking about trying to cultivate something, I think femininity. You know what I mean? So that should be separated from the two, because every person can have the femininity regardless of who they're attracted to at the end of the day. You know, to me, that has nothing to do with it. But then it seems like society's putting them both together, thinking like a guy acting like a woman is gay. That's two totally different things. Right. You know, you're putting out, that just means he's putting out the opposite spectrum of the energy, which he should be having more masculine. And then, you know, you get you personally, I feel like you get you a nice woman to balance it out, and then you become a driving force together. That's
wow.
You know, that's how I see it.
I knew he had more.
Not saying too.
Hustle. I knew you had more, man. I knew it. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate the call. Ladies and gentlemen, the phone lines are still open, and they're still hot grease.
That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Can I say something? That was really brilliant. I'd love to say something about that if possible.
Sure. Speak on it.
Okay. So one of the things we've all heard of is hunters and gatherers, right? So the hunter sees the animal, grabs arrow and shoots, boom, right? The gatherer picks it, smells it, looks for the little, there's a little river over here. Oh, there's a little trip, smells and tastes. Ask another gatherer, what do you think? The thing is, the hunter can still gather, and the gatherer can still hunter. Can still hunt. Hunter. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. The hunter, the gatherer can also hunt, because it's just true. And that really doesn't have anything to do with male or female. It just shows us that typically that activity or the action step is male. See, animal, kill, eat. Hunter, gatherer, grabs, smells, cooks, tastes, discusses. And can you imagine if everybody was just hunting constantly instead of sitting and cooking? How the heck are you going to eat it?
Right.
You know, you could throw it on a fire, but it's going to be a little more tasty if you put a couple of herbs in there, smell and go, yeah. So it's just, it's really, that's just a very simplistic way of putting it, but that doesn't have anything to do with homosexuality or not. It's just purely yin and yang combined into the perfect match.
Wow. Hecka, I'd love to get your point on this. I'd love it. Speak on it, Hecka.
I couldn't agree more. I totally agree with the caller about that. And I say that too because astrologically speaking, again, we could see someone's astrological chart and see that there's a plethora of feminine energies that they actually come into this realm with, and they're not gay, they're not homosexual. It's just that they have a lot of feminine energy. Again, anytime you see a man that has a lot of Cancer, the astrological sign of Cancer, or Pisces, or sometimes Scorpio energy, or even Libra energy, they're going to be a lot more feminine, or display a lot more of those feminine energies than most men. But that doesn't always necessarily mean that they're gay. So I couldn't agree with him more on that statement.
This is crazy. Cleveland is back in the building. Rico, your little Boost Metro phone better be working, brother. Welcome to the Voice of Reason.
No, it's all, man. How y'all doing?
What's happening, Mike?
Good. I just had like a question, about myself as like an individual. It's like I know who I am as an individual, and it's like sometimes like I feel like, I don't know, I was born at the wrong time because I feel like I'm kind of ahead of my time. I've been told this by like various people who don't even know me. And it's like I know what I want out of life. And it's like I'm just trying to figure out when is it all going to like fall into place.
Angela.
Is that who he wants to talk to?
Angela?
So how old are you there, Rico? Can you give me your age?
31.
31. Young. Okay, so you do feel pretty like aligned with yourself. How about stop wondering when it's going to fall into place and really savor each moment? The closer we can get, it's kind of what I talked about with Ashanti, I believe. The closer we can get to being in the now, the faster you start having the thing you think you're looking for. The more you seek something out, the actually further we get from our purpose. So that, I know that sounds confusing, But if you start being really on purpose right now, just right now, like you just asked me a very purposeful question, but just get all the conundrum of the worry around out of it. Let me just see if I can just do a little clearing for everybody right now. Let's just pull up all the figuring it out and putting happiness on hold, or when this thing happens, then I will be whole. Let's pull that crap out of there. Let's just I'm going to stir the pot. You've heard me say that before. And it's just kind of like stirring everything so that the cream kind of rises or the crap rises to the top. We want the crap to come up and out. And somebody's got a little bit of a tummy thing going on. Let's just, everybody imagine to be like a banana. I say the banana all the time. Imagine to peel the layers, the outer layers off of you. Just let them fall off. And there you are, the banana. All the goop, the spiritual sanitation has just occurred. There you are, on purpose. What are you feeling right this second, Rico?
Relaxed, confident.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Why do you think you're relaxed? What happened there? Did you suddenly become relaxed, or were you like that already?
I was a little nervous before the phone call came through, but now that I'm on the phone and you're talking to me, I went through that little exercise. I feel at ease.
Right, because we cut through the crap real quick and just became on purpose. So just practice that a little bit more of the time, and you'll start seeing. Here's the deal. Miracles are everywhere you look, but we're not looking at them. We're focusing on the crap. It's like if I put a little teeny dot on a big piece of paper, and just like 8.5 by 11.5, or whatever the sheet of paper is, and here's what our problems look like. Take the paper and smash it onto your eyeball. Then you see the dot. That's our problem. Put the paper back away from you, and you're like, oh, there's a teeny tiny problem. I got all this paper. Tons of room in my life. Right? So that's what we're really doing. We're narrowing the focus from not being in your eyeball, but away, so you have a broader perspective instead of that teeny tiny speck in the eye that's like, oh my God, what the heck is that? So everyone, let me do one more thing for everybody here. We got clouds arising. Clouds mean the negativity is lifting off of anybody listening now or at another time. So if you feel something, someone feels like they're sweating, some people feel a little squirmy, some people feel really calm. Whatever it is okay, because things are moving and grooving in there and around you to get out of the way. So we're just going to, everybody, pop open the ceiling in your mind and let all the dust out. Let the steam out, the smoke out, the negativity, the non-loving thoughts. Just let it poof. There's a cosmic vacuum cleaners, just suck that stuff away. And Rico, just see if you're feeling even lighter now, or some version of that. Let me know, or anything. What's going on for you?
I know I am.
Lighter.
Who said that?
Zoe. I know I am.
Okay, you felt that, Zoe? Because sometimes you don't feel stuff.
I felt that one.
You're getting used to it.
So what about,
cool. So this will help everybody. So.
Where you at, Rico? Check in, man.
I'm here. How
you doing?
I feel much better. We're way more at ease.
Even way more at ease. Great. Do you believe that it's possible to find your purpose more being at ease or in not ease?
At ease.
Right. The more ease and quiet, the quicker the answer comes. Boom, like a flash of light, it will be there. So drink it up. Drink the nectar through the quietness, right? Thank you for being on the phone. Thanks for...
Rico, good stuff, man. You brought Cleveland in the building. Who's next to get cleared of all of their bullshit? We've got the spiritual sanitation crew in the building right now. Oh man, the phone lines are crazy too. It's just callers just keep calling in, keep calling. Okay, Ashanti, what do you have to say, honey?
Can I go again?
Again?
Yeah.
You want to cut through the line? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just need one more. I feel like with one more
exercise.
more little whooshy slide, I'll be
whoosh, good. Whoosh, please whoosh me.
Yeah. Just need one more.
All right, well, ask your question, girl. Jesus.
I don't really have a question. I just want her to tell me exactly what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, tell me what to do.
Yeah, I
can't do it. Wait, no.
What are you feeling?
Wait, Veronica wants to jump in.
To do most. Go ahead, Veronica.
Where you at, Hecka?
Can I give an example? Can I give an example out of my own experience? Just real quick, bottom line. So when I was in your condition in my 20s, right? I'd had babies, I think. What I found is that I did TV production. I did a lot of metaphysical work. I did communication workshops. I was doing radio. I played with directing. I played with all these different things. And each of those had a clue to the larger life that I wanted to create. So there was something about it that was like, that feels good. But then it wasn't the thing, right? And rather than get stuck on it's not the thing, I kept listening for the clue of like, that feels good. That feels good. That feels good. And then when I found this thing, and I kept doing it, right? And I just kept doing it. And when I found this thing called coaching, suddenly it flipped over. Like the whole trajectory just flipped over because what happened was coaching fulfilled all the elements that I had been looking at because now I could be in business. I thought I should be in business. Now I could serve black people because I wanted to serve black people. Now I could do TV and media because it would serve the business. So if you keep listening for what are the elements that actually makes you happy in each of those things, I promise you, if you keep pursuing that, it will converge at some point, and then it will flip over, and then all of the things that you have been studying and examining all will make sense. That's how it happened for me, and then I never looked back.
Wow.
That makes me feel good.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Yeah. Come on, Hecka.
Okay. I think the energy that I'm picking up is that you jump from place to place because you're feeling like, okay, this place doesn't work. So maybe I'll jump over here and I'll do something else. Or this place is not working. I'll jump over there and I'll do something else. Oh, no, that's not me either. I'll jump over here. But I feel like what you're missing is the fact that you're not supposed to be jumping from place to place or working for anybody at all. So when you release the fear of going out on your own, then you'll do what you love and love what you do.
Amen.
Well said.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Very well said.
Yay.
Thanks, Hecka.
Ashanti's going to do my boot camp, so we're going to.
Yeah, I'm excited about
Ashanti's
that.
going to do my business boot camp, so we're going to get her out of the jobosphere and get her into entrepreneurship. We are doing that.
Absolutely.
Really
I can't
soon.
wait.
I mean, because
Yay
she's an incredible PR person.
This is the thing that irritates me about you. You're nice to me on the air, but then you give me daggers and you're mean to me off the air.
Am I?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's because I like you. I'm in the sandbox with you right now.
Oh, okay. You get a pass then. We're both getting ringworm together in the sandbox.
We're getting ringworm together.
Okay, fine. You get a pass.
That picture.
We're getting ringworm together in the sandbox.
That's so scary.
That is a picture of not so fun.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right, phone lines. Sorry, I know that you guys are blasting, so we could get back to those.
Yeah, the phone lines are crazy right now. What do you want to say, Chris?
You know what? Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Angela.
I just wanted to say, Ashanti, did you notice that all the answers actually were the same?
Yeah.
All your answers were really the same. It's just a slightly different perspective, but it's still the same answer from each person. Do you notice that?
It is.
Yeah.
This is excellent.
Makes me feel good.
I mean, I'm excited, man. I love
this
doing
show.
these shows, man.
Yeah. And I love being
them.
a part of them.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
They're awesome. Oh, Rico just hit me on Twitter, he says, "This is Rico. I appreciate you taking my call. I love the dialogue of your show. Keep it up." That ain't me. That's Angela and Veronica and Hecka. I mean,
and me.
Yes.
Don't freaking forget about me.
And
ever again.
Don't ever forget about you. Okay.
Ever again. Enzo.
Yes, Jesus. Teamwork does make the dream work. Christ. We've got to take another break, and then we'll get to the callers in a second. This is the home stretch, but we'll be back. I love this show. We're going to have to bring it back again and again and again and again. You know why? Because it's changing lives.
It is.
You understand? It's changing lives. And that's what we're in the business of. We're in the business of changing lives. You want your lives changed? You want your spiritual septic tank cleaned out?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We've got Spiritual Roto-Rooter here on the line right now. And they're going to help you, okay?
Yeah.
We'll be back at 2.2, all right? Zoe Williams, man! Woo! Man, Hot Button is crazy. You know why they crazy? We gonna give Zoe Williams a show. And then Zoe Williams said, I'm finna go the off. Zoe Williams. I'm about to go nuts. I'm gonna bring all types of people from all walks of life, from all races and beliefs and everything. I'm gonna bring psychics and mediums and coaches and philosophers and pandas. It's just gonna be wild. It's just gonna be crazy, but it's gonna be fruitful, and it's gonna help. It's gonna change people's lives. That's what we're trying to do here today. I'm having a great time. Soul Contracts Part 2. Is there someone you're indebted to this life for the poo you spewed last life?
Sounds runny.
I'm just saying. How do we get out of the conundrum? We got crazy callers on the line. I want the spiritual sanitation team to clean it up. Just have at it. Let's go to Najee. Line 1, New Jersey in the building. Holla at me.
I like that name.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, Najee.
What up, man?
Hey, listen. I know time is limited, but this is my dilemma. Like at 36, like I don't have any children, and also in my 20s, I've never really been in a long-term relationship. I could say in my 20s, I think I more or less had insecurity issues, and I had some rough relationships, not long term, but with females. But in my 30s, I'm coming into myself, and my relationships with females are getting better. But I really have never had a long term relationship with a woman, and I also don't have any children. So I just don't know what's going on in that department. Like why haven't I had a fulfilling relationships when it comes to the opposite sex?
Najee, let me ask you this question real quick, Najee. Do you feel like you may be destined to be alone, like a loner, like to do this yourself?
Yeah, I believe that, because even when women do kind of like come on strong, I push them away. Some way, somehow, I sabotage it. So,
ladies,
and I don't know why I do that.
That's a great intuition, though.
And it's not a situation where it's like, I don't have women coming at me. I mean, I have many women coming at me. But it's like when a woman really aggressively comes at me, I just shut that.
That's actually, I would love for them to answer that. Because do guys like when women are aggressive, or is that a turnoff?
Are you asking me that?
Yeah, Najee.
You know what? I wouldn't. I mean, I guess it's a turn on to a certain extent, or it's situations where, let's just say, if I'm pursuing a woman, and when I finally get them, that it just I just get turned off.
See, there you go. What's wrong with these niggas?
Okay, you need to be quiet.
I'm just saying, because I experience that a lot.
You know, but I mean, I don't know if that has to do with issues of is that a defense mechanism? Because I mean, once upon a time, a couple of times when I did just kind of like open myself and I'm like wholeheartedly, I got disappointed heavily. So I'm wondering, is it a defense mechanism or what is it?
Oh, this is good. Let the ladies handle it now. Let's just fall back and let the ladies do what they do.
Anyone you want to go first?
Oh, Hecka, you talking? Go ahead, Hecka. Tell us what you see.
Okay, well, great. I'm just gonna keep it real, and I don't mean any harm or any offense or anything, but the energy that I'm picking up, and I'm just reading the energy, is that this is one of those situations of a past life that experienced homosexuality. A recent past life that experienced homosexuality. And in this lifetime, it's a little confused, which is the reason why when a woman approaches you or a woman comes towards you or a woman introduces herself to you in a way that you felt like you always wanted, you sabotage it because you're confused. I think you're going to have to connect back to those roots and clear that energy about. I'm just keeping it real. It's not fun. I don't feel as if it's funny or anything. You're going to have to clear that energy of confusion about what you came here to experience in this lifetime.
Interesting. That was interesting. What do you think, brother?
So are you saying that you picking up in my past life? You said there was some kind of homosexuality going on, sir?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The energy of homosexuality is all over your energy. Now, I will definitely be able to pick up, I would definitely be able to see this energy in an astrological chart for confirmation, but I don't even need the astrological chart to see it. It's all over you.
Wow.
Angela?
So would you? So would you say? So if I was to get with you on a one-on-one basis, get you with on a one-on-one, that'd be kind of better, like off air.
Well, we could definitely go deeper because you already know. I mean, it's already confirmed within you. Everything that I'm saying is already confirmed.
Yeah, I mean, there's never been any curiosity, with the same sex. I mean, that's never been an issue. But like you said, and that's what I was thinking.
The thought,
because I'm like, right now, like, I don't have any children. I'm pretty much doing my thing, but in that area of my life, it's never been no fulfillment in a long-term relationship. There's just always been just, kind of like hit and run relationship.
Wow.
But I also have real strong connection with females on a platonic level. Like I mean, when I connect with a female and it's not sexual, I mean the relationships are. You're talking about years upon years, a long-lasting friendships when it's not sexual.
Wow.
Okay.
So I don't,
Angela,
I got your information.
This is
so
good.
I'm definitely going to link up with you.
Angela, can you feel into this too?
Yeah, I just have a different experience of it, and that, hey, whatever work we do, the way Hecka sees it, that's perfectly fine. There's something that, relates to her or him for that. What I'm really getting in this lifetime is that there is like a real fear of vulnerability and a fear of getting rejected. Now, rejection can take many forms, and it could be along with what Hecka says, absolutely. But being rejected has a lot to do with even another lifetime where we may have been rejected as the male or as the female, and when we're reliving a opposite way. But there's something to be said for,
I really get the sense that, did you have a close family upbringing? Because I don't really get that you did. I get that there's everybody kind of like has their own space. What do you think? What's your experience?
You said a close family upbringing.
Did you have one or did you not?
Did you have a close family upbringing? Because I'm seeing that there's not.
So I had kind of like a split between, my earlier years I was with my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Then towards 12 to my teenage years, I was with my father's mother.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I always, within them two upbringings, I always kind of played like the stepchild role. I always played second to my grandmother's son, who was a little bit younger than me. Then when I was with my mother, it was issues with her husband. So it was really never, I always played kind of like that stepchild role. Even when I was with my mother, I played second to her husband. And I always played second when I lived with my grandmother.
Wow.
Yeah, so the way I see this, you could have been the grandmother in another lifetime. You could have been these women. That's fine, the way I'm seeing it. But right now, in this lifetime for you, it's that you've got to clear up the negativity about your anger at, number one, being split around, okay? So that puts you in a position of never really being able to trust. So if you can't trust, and you said, if you open yourself up, boom. So you've got a trust thing with women, however that looks in another lifetime. It could be multiple ways, absolutely. And there's still a negative energy around women there, around how you relate to women, either as a man or maybe from another lifetime you were a woman. I mean, we've all been everything in lifetime. So let's be careful of not getting freaked out by, if I was this in a life, you were also a king in another lifetime or a queen, okay?
Wow.
So, and I'm not saying a gay queen, I'm just saying, kings, queens, whatever. You're also a squire and a scrub person, right? We all were. We've all been everything. But in this particular lifetime, I see is the biggest main issue right in this moment. That doesn't mean there aren't things to uncover. Absolutely, you can uncover as much as you'd like. But there's a big thing about trust and women, and you not feeling good enough as a man. And if you don't feel good enough as a man in the presence of a woman, how can you ever serve her? You have not been served yourself yet.
Okay, we got to let him up off the mat. He need to come up for some air. Woo! Hey.
Breathe. Wow. Breathe.
Hey, listen. HeckaActivated.com and also our spiritual millionaire, Angela Dumas. Angela, your website really quickly for this young man.
Just grab me at Angela Dumas, Spiritual Millionaire. My last name is D like Daniel, U, M like Mother, A, S like Sally.
Wow.
Angela Dumas, Spiritual Millionaire. That's on Facebook.
Wow.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Hey, man, we appreciate you for calling. Thank you, Najee. Oh, we got more callers. We got a little bit more time, but we got more callers. The number to dial, 844-55-1. I've got the spiritual sanitation crew in here. They've been roto-rootering a lot of spiritual septic tanks, and people have been getting uncovered. Listen, what is the purpose? Let me just say this. Krishnamurti. Everybody knows that I love Krishnamurti as a philosopher. I read something yesterday in one of his books, Education and the Significance of Life. And in the book, he said, fear, it was excellent. Fear debilitates our understanding to intellectual, basically it debilitates or it enables or it debilitates our ability to see the world as it is. Like, we can't see it intelligently because fear is like this gloss over it. Like we just can't see what it's really supposed to be. We see it from a space of fear. And when you said trust, Angela, man, trust and fear go hand in hand. Most people don't know that. This is why I always start off like, if you are in pursuit of trust in a relationship, you are also in pursuit of fear. Because you get both. You can't have trust without fear. Trust makes you feel better about what could take something away from you, right? Or trust makes you feel better about a potential loss, right? Like, well, I can trust that won't happen because I have this. You know what I mean? Man, when you laid that down on him, that was a cold piece of work. These phone lines is on jump right now. I'm going to Dallas. What'd you say? Who wanted to say something?
Can I quickly say something else to that? Because it's kind of more coming up real quick, because somebody else may have that same issue that Najee just had.
Mm-hmm.
You okay with that?
Yeah. We got 4 minutes. Let's do it.
Okay, so what happens is that when that trust thing happens, the contract that has not been completed or that's still open and wounded will, even in this lifetime, we have our own contracts that are open. Like with his grandmother and his mother and his aunt or whoever, what ends up happening is that person sees the woman as those same other women, right? That's another way to see it. And then they're like, holy crap, I'm not going to enter this contract again. So they shut down. That's it.
Wow. So it's kind of like that movie with, what was the dude when he went back in time or he went to the future to kill himself? Looper. Yeah, this is some mad Looper business going on. Like, Jesus.
I heard of that one.
Let's get another caller in here. Let's squeeze them in with the quickness. We got to deal with them fast because we only have a few minutes. Dallas, Sean, line 6. You're in the building. Holla at me. Shawnee. Assalamu alaikum. Bye. Gotta go. You just gotta go.
Stupid.
Prince from the Bronx?
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah.
What's up,
It's Prince. Yeah. What's happening?
You already know.
What up, Prince?
What's going on, bro?
I'm chilling, man. What's happening?
Ain't nothing. I just want Hecker to read me real quick.
You need to get to it, man. You got to make it happen.
All right.
Ask your question.
My question is, I have like insecurity problems.
Oh wow! Now,
Hello?
is there? I'm feeling a male energy around you at a very young age, and I'm feeling words, and I'm hearing words, and they were not pleasant at all. Did you experience any verbal abuse in your younger years?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Speak on it.
Okay. You're gonna have to clear that energy. It has to be cleared. And as a matter of fact, not only do you have to clear that energy, but you're gonna have to connect with that person, the person or that energy that actually gave you or handed you that verbal abuse. You're gonna have to connect with that energy, even if you don't do it from a physical standpoint. You can still connect on a soul level. You're gonna have to connect and forgive and clear that energy away. You're gonna have to clear it, and you're gonna find that once you clear that energy, you're gonna come direct, face to face with yourself, and you're gonna feel much better about yourself because you're gonna realize that all the things that they said to you were not true. It was their own insecurities that were making them say the things that they said to you.
Wow, let's do some clearing work, Angela. Let's clear it out. I want to join you. I want to join you in clearing this out. Let's heal this brother up real quick. He needs a little recharge.
Let's just do a big quickie for everybody. Okay. So here's the thing. Everybody take a breath in and breathe it out. Don't be afraid. Breathe it in again when you're ready. And let your whole body open up like a big giant cave and blow it out. Literally, blow out all that crap. Blow out the insecurity. Let it out. I'm serious. Blow bubbles with your lips. I'm not kidding. Everybody, shake it off. Just like a kid. Okay, no snotting into the phones, people. I'm just kidding. Okay.
It's more of a slurp.
I'm just going to do a quick vacuum. Squeaky. Bingo bango. Okay.
Ooh, bingo bango.
Here's the room.
Bingo bango, man. This is an amazing show. Hey, man, Prince, I appreciate you reaching out, man. We're going to do these shows often, man. I hope you feel better. I hope.
How's Prince feeling? How is Prince feeling?
Oh, how are you feeling, Prince? Talk to us.
Thank you, Ron.
I'm pretty sure I'm all right now. I guess I'm all right.
All right.
I'm good.
Well, don't get into a fight.
But
open up your chest. You got to open up your chest there.
So
gotta let that out of there.
My last question is: so when I deal with a relationship, and you know my girl, can I help her?
Oh,
Does she have issues? Can
that's
I help
interesting.
her? Can I be useful to her? Can I help her?
Well, let me say this. Let me say this because that's a good question. But let me say this because we're getting close to the end, so I'm gonna have to wrap it a little bit. But let me just deal with that. You can be of use, of course, but they can only help themselves. So being of use is providing resources, is being supportive, listening, active listening, connecting in that way, but they have to help themselves, in my opinion. Now, I'm sure others have different opinions on that, but I think it's important that you understand that everybody has their own curriculum and their own work to do, and you can't do the work for someone else. You can, like the best gurus in the world only point. They just point, and then you have to do the work. So if you're trying to help her as a pointer, yes, but you can't do it for her, and she won't mature at the same level or speed that you mature at. There are going to be things that she's much quicker in understanding than you are, and there are going to be things that you're slower in understanding. You know what I mean? So just don't have an expectation that she's going to climb up the ladder of spiritual consciousness at the same time and pace as you. That makes sense?
Got it. Makes perfect sense.
All right, man, this was beautiful. Listen. All right. Thank you, brother. Woo! And the phone lines are still blistering. We're going to come back with a part 3 at some point in the near future. We've got to do it. So right now, let me do this. Angela Dumas, please give out your information because I want people to follow you wherever you go and what you do, support your movements. I know we got something special planned. Tell them about it really quickly.
Well, I don't want to say too much. I'm working on it. In a couple of weeks, I'll have it ready to go. But I also will have my website up, spiritualmillionaire.com. Right now, you can get me with any kind of questions at Angela Dumas, Spiritual Millionaire. Dumas is D-U-M-A-S. I don't know how to say that more clearly, but that's just the way it is in Facebook, and you can private message me. Absolutely.
Awesome.
But some stuff is coming, and it'll be hot, and it'll be just for you guys. So, or you guys and gals.
Wow. Love it, love it, love it. Hecka Activated. Where do they find you?
Okay. Find me by visiting my website at www.heckaactivated.com, and Hecka is spelled H-E-K-A, activated just like it sounds.com.
Veronica Conway.
VeronicaConway.com, BlackMastery.com, and social media is all things Veronica Conway. Just
Veronica
Facebook
Conway.
me, LinkedIn me, Veronica Conway.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Ashanti Ford, Girl on Fire Productions.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep subscribing to my YouTube's Girl on Fire Production. Hit me on Instagram and Twitter, Ashanti Ford Live, and AshantiFordLive.com. Coming soon.
Oh, yeah, super PR. You guys have no idea, but she's going to pull it together. And I'm urging you right now, The Relationship Dismount. I need it to stay at #1 on Kindle. Go to Kindle right now and please order The Relationship Dismount. How to Stick the Landing when exiting a toxic relationship. It was the #1 new book release in divorce on Amazon.com. Please continue to maintain that status for me. Go there right now. It's only $9.99. Download a copy of it. I appreciate it. The physical copies will be here on the 25th. I'll be shipping out physical copies of The Relationship Dismount. It's a beautiful book, content and aesthetically. I appreciate everybody for supporting it. And if you want to get your copy, the physical copy, please go to IamZoeWilliams.com and pre-order a copy right now. We appreciate you all. Great show. Love everyone here. We'll see you Friday.